Hello! I have arrived. Artist, archivist, feature man, and tonight, alchemist. You can call me Tiberius Vanderfield. Hello, hello. So, tonight we'll be continuing Atelier Yumia. Not a whole lot to be said on that, I suppose. But yes, if you're here, you are here, and the game that we are playing is the game that we will play. Such is the way of things. But yes. So, tomorrow we should be seeing some more Mika and the Witch's Mountain. Usually I play Guilty Gear on Fridays, but we've not been playing Mika much recently because I've been very enthused about Atelier Yumia. And so, yeah, I want to make up for some of that time. Going forward, I think probably I will replace one of the 2 Yumia streams every other week or so, probably, until we get through Mika. Because I do want to keep playing Guilty Gear. I do want to keep playing Guilty Gear. Yes. So, other than that, though, let's see, what else is there? Oh, yes, Saturday. Yes, on Saturday, we should be playing some more Arknights. And so yes, the Friday stream should be around 9:30 p.m. Central Time. And then the Saturday stream should be around 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So yes. So, with that, let's talk about other things. So yes. So, let's see. Yeah, we're a little bit late starting today. I guess we are early. We are early from when I usually start, but I was planning to be earlier, but I messed up my ad settings a little bit. Or rather, I started messing with them in the middle of getting set up, and I got a little bit distracted. Yeah, I ended up running 2 3-minute ad breaks in a row, accidentally, so yeah, not much benefit there. But anyway, regardless, hopefully again, we should have a pretty long stretch of no pre-roll ads, probably covering the bulk of, if not the entirety of the stream. So yes, other than that, yeah, not a whole lot to be said, I don't think. At least nothing that I want to say that I would rather delay starting the game with. My controller's acting up a little bit. That might be something that delays us slightly. There we are. Okay, now, Atelier Yumia. Oh, we don't have game audio. Hold on, I need to fix that. Should be a pretty easy fix, because I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is. There we go. Alright. I didn't have game audio there either for a moment. But yes. So, at this point, we now need to do some pioneering. And I remember that we were given access to pioneering tasks last time. I don't remember if we were given any specific tasks, and I don't remember how exactly to... Oh, hold on. Would it be... Okay, yes. I was going to say, I don't remember precisely how to access it, but now we have figured it out. So, we need to do some basic... Yeah, most of this is pretty standard, not terribly exciting stuff, I suppose. Let's see. We have made a woodland remedy before. Interesting. Yeah, so it displays how much each of these tasks contributes to the pioneering effort. There are different regions. I don't know if the 4 regions up at the top there are necessarily comprehensive, or if there will be more that we discover as we go on. Yes. So... Yeah, I believe that we are in the Ligneus region currently. Yes. Yeah, we should be. Alright. Okay, so yeah, it does look like there are 4 regions. Though it does also look like the map extends... Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, the map extends pretty far. It extends a lot farther than it looked like initially. So, I'm thinking that there's probably going to be more than 4 regions. That, or one of these regions, is going to be extraordinarily large. But yes. So, we're already at... What was that? Or no. I was going to say we were already at 8% pioneering effort, but we're not. We are at 8% investigation rate, which is distinct, but I don't know the specific difference. So, I suppose then, we should do what I'm naturally inclined to do, and more or less wander aimlessly and occasionally fight monsters. Alright, again, we need to defeat blue punies. We need to discover a campsite. I don't suppose we need to do all of these necessarily. You only need to reach 10%, as I understand it. So, that being said, it does lure. Fishing. So, we'll get quite a bit if we do a lot of pioneering work. I'm curious about beds, because I've noticed that, my characters have all taken a fairly large amount of damage. And I'm realizing, well, maybe not fairly large, but they've taken... I suppose it is fairly large. But yeah, my first thought when I saw the bed was that it was probably a way to restore HP. Considering that we haven't yet done anything. Yeah, we haven't yet had anything that fully restored our HP that I'm aware of. Or at least without having to spend resources. We of course have bandages and whatnot. Bandages and whatnot that we've been using to heal. And we just got some more silk there, so we could make some more bandages. In fact, we probably should apply some. Yeah, just to patch us up a little bit. And we might want to craft some more. Of course, and we're going to have some issues. With resources, but yeah, fiber, water. Okay, right. So this doesn't use the actual silk that we picked up. Yeah, we established how the building materials worked last time. Yeah, it doesn't use the actual silk that we picked up. It uses the silk or the fiber and water materials. Yes. I don't know how much these stack. Okay, they stack up to 3, it seems. Alright, question answered. While we're here, I suppose we might as well... Whoops. While we're here, we might as well stock up a fair amount. We could make more zipline gloves. We haven't used a lot of ziplines thus far. Yeah, I don't anticipate a tremendous need for bandages, necessarily. I don't expect to be in that much trouble. But things could always go wrong. Alright, that up there is a puny. Alright, can we... There we go. I was hoping to begin by hitting it, but it is what it is. I suppose we did hit it with a bullet, but... Alright. Uh-oh. Strange. My inputs aren't going through. Yeah, Oh, right. Right, I forgot. I forgot that the... Okay. Yes, again, the inputs being displayed on the screen are Xbox inputs, but I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller, so they aren't... I looked at X and I was pressing the X button, expecting my move to work, but it wasn't, and I was confused there, but yes, it's because I was pressing the X button and not the square button, which I think is the one that we were supposed to be using. Alright, you seem like you are someone who has a quest. What to do? What seems to be the problem? Well, I'm the one managing these fields, and these past few days we've been bothered by beavers. They've gone and spoiled a good portion of the crops. There's not going to be much food to go around to the research folks if they ruin any more. Yeah, that's no fun at all. You'd say that again. I get the feeling there's more of them each time, and that they're only getting rounder. You really shouldn't let this one go. We'll go let them know that their mischief isn't welcome here. If multiple quests are active at once, you can change which quest is being tracked by going to the quests in the main menu. Tracked quest will be marked with an icon on the overworld and minimap. Alright, whoops. They're awfully crafty. They even avoided my tried and true trap. Alright. So, I hope you don't mind us taking the rest of your crops in the meantime. Let's see, that seems like a good place to look for beavers, given that they are physically present. Okay, so yeah, so square corresponds to triangle. Whoops. Right, and... Okay. Whoop. Okay. Let's remember how to play the game. There we are. Oop. Okay. Very good. Oop. Ah, more than one hit there. Very good. Oop. Alright, whoop. Now, can we... Right, okay. So, Woodland Remedy. I don't think it's desperately necessary to use it, but I do want to. Just to do a little bit of healing. So yes, a little bit of in-battle healing will save us on bandages, I think. Especially because, again, it doesn't seem as though Woodland Remedies and other such items are expendable, per se. Yeah, I think, honestly, getting used to that is going to be one of the bigger things that I have to keep in mind. Alright. Again, I need to remember that it's not just about getting out of the way of the attacks. We also want to make sure that we are getting out of the way of the attacks as the attacks are going off. And we've acquired some delight particles. Okay. So the fact that we can get particles from just fighting enemies would seem to suggest to me that the wells are, in fact, probably respawning. Oops. Yeah, probably respawning and probably limitless. At the very least, we're not going to... Yeah, we're not going to, as I had suspected, likely be in a situation ever where we're going to just have no particles left to be able to do all the work that we want to do with them. Alright. Yeah, I wonder if there's something to be gained from, like, switching between different characters so that we can do more dodging and thus gain more battle rate. I really see that we now have a new skill. And Victor does as well. I assume, yep, I led as well. Okay, very good. Yeah, so we've completed all of the slaying that we need to do for these creatures. But we're not quite done yet, I don't think. I'd like to do some more killing anyway. So, having done that, okay, it looks like that contributes to the pioneering effort automatically. So yeah, I think that, again, we only need to do 10%, but unless the game interrupts me, I think we're going to do some more. I don't know if we're going to go all the way to, say, 40% or anything like that, but I am interested in seeing trading and what that entails. Yeah, I'm curious about discovering a campsite. I would assume that those are little areas that we can rest and get some resources or at least health back. It feels like the game... Well, I guess I was going to say, it seems like the game is very quiet in the monitor, but I suppose there's not much sound playing right now. I think we also placed an altar at one... Or no. We made an altar, but I don't think we were able to put it down. Still not sure what to do with those, but... Let's see, how are we doing on the beavers? Or no, normal quests. Ah, we need to defeat a specific Grim Beaver. Okay. Yeah, I think that I do... Oh, we've gone quite a ways off the trail there. But yes, I think that I want to try out the other characters a little bit. Let's see. I know that there's an option... I think it's under strategy. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you can switch who you have as your default character. Yeah, I think that... I suppose it doesn't matter, but I do want to... Let's see. Okay, front. Is this... Okay. So you can change where they start. Where they start. Okay. Okay, this is how we, switch between characters. We'll start with Isla. We've used her at least once, so we have a non-zero amount of ground. I think that I want my... Oh, interesting. Their priority is different. So I suppose then Victor must have some sort of... I don't know if he necessarily has a reason to want to be under 30% HP. That's interesting. Yeah. I also don't know if we have any reason at this point for anyone to prioritize any particular range. Well, I don't think I'm going to mess with it too much. Oh, okay. Interesting. We can simply remove everyone if we want to. Interesting. Or rather, we can remove... Oh, we can remove everyone. Interesting. Okay, we do need to have at least someone in the party. Makes sense. How do I... Oh, okay. Alright. Isla and Victor. Okay. I didn't actually intend to go around with no one able to fight, but... Anyway, once again, Isla will use some of her skills for a little while here. Yeah, let's see, where do we go to battle settings? There we are. I was going to say, where do we go to see the skills, but okay. So yeah, so Yumia now has Snipe, which deals magic damage. Piercing Arts also does magic damage, I suppose. Reduces cooldown for the item with the longest cooldown. Oh, that's interesting. Reduces defense. Okay. So it does seem that you're going to want to use specific skills in specific ways. Like there's a sort of a rotation almost. Yeah, so Twinkle Thrust. Okay, Penetrate increase doubles the amount of stun symbols reduced by the next attack. So this means that Isla should be good at targeting enemy, or good at exploiting enemy weaknesses, or at least will have a added benefit from attempting to do so. Yeah, Twinkle Thrust is just straightforward damage. Whoops. And Radiant Thrust, physical damage, extends the duration of stun if they are already stunned. Damage dealt to stunned enemies is increased. Okay, so Isla, it seems, is a character who cares heavily about stunning. And then for Victor, okay, it seems that every character has a pretty straightforward just do physical damage skill. Yes, physical damage to a single enemy and has a high chance to add a pile. I assume that's a mechanic to do with his... I think, what was it called? A pile bunker? Pile driver? I'm not sure. Yes, physical damage, inflicts daze. Okay. Yeah, so nothing in his skill sets, specifically to me, seems to suggest the want to use... want to be at a particular HP value, or anything of that sort. I think he does have more HP. Yeah, he does have not a whole lot more HP, at least not at this point. I imagine he'll probably get more HP over time. Yeah, or at least he'll end up with more HP than... Yes, I imagine he will end up with a higher proportion of HP compared to the other characters. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of gathering spots, a lot of insert name of item here gathering spot. And of course you can get them in other places, but I suppose that the point of these is to have a specific location that you can think of to get specific Yeah, specific resources. Rare ingredients can occasionally be obtained from these locations. I wonder what that would imply. Well, I know one thing. We have strayed from the path. I wonder if we can... Let's see. How do we... There we are. Can we shoot these? It would seem not. So we can pick health flowers here. And we've picked quite a few of them. I haven't been paying attention this whole time. But I've not seen anything rare. But I suppose if you saw it frequently, it would not be rare, so... Ah, okay, here we are. This would seem to suggest to me that there's probably going to be fast travel points pretty close to at least some gathering points. Or gathering spots, as they've been called. Yeah, the presence of such would make getting back to those gathering points to get the items that they... Yeah, get the items that they offer much more convenient. Alright. Use these beavers up a little bit. I imagine they'll probably cease to be stunned eventually. Alright. So this creature... Alright, Isla's been debuffed, apparently. Not bad, not bad. Alright, let's try not to get hit. There we are. Very nice. Or at least let's try to get hit less. Not getting hit at all seems to be something of a tall order. I've been treating it as though... I guess I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure if you can reasonably avoid all damage in this game. But yeah, I'm inclined to believe probably not. I'm inclined to believe probably not, but I suppose that I also haven't really tried that hard. Yeah, whoops. I also haven't tried that hard. But yeah, I haven't tried that hard to avoid all damage. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible that it could be possible to avoid all. Yeah, some hits definitely seem like they are not necessarily... Well, I don't know. It's purely an academic thing, I suppose. Because even if I could avoid all damage, it's not as though my companions can avoid all damage. So, some healing would still need to be done. And eventually, if we just fought forever, then my allies would go down eventually. Anyway. Beavers have all been dealt with. Oh, thank you. Maybe that'll make them give these fields a wide berth. I hope so. There really were a lot of them, more than I was expecting for sure. Well, I appreciate the help. Take this for your trouble, okay? Very nice, very nice. Yes. So, we got more recipes. And we think we're getting close to 10%. Okay, we're not any closer than we were last time. Well, we'll see, we'll see. I wonder... I'm curious now. Because we did find a fast travel point right in the middle of the health flower gathering spot. I'm wondering if there could be another one near, say, the tough log gathering spot. Granted, it is pretty close to another fast travel point, so it might not be necessary. I don't know how abundant they are. They certainly aren't that rare, but like, yeah, again, it's probably not going to be that convenient for us. But, hold on. Okay, there we are. I don't know why I put that marker there. Potentially I did it completely by accident. Yeah, one other thing that I want to do is I do want to... I remember I found some treasure chests in this area when I was playing off-stream the other day. Let's go see if I can recall where those are. Here's one. Alright, very nice. And there was also another thing, some sort of quest over this way. Yeah, some sort of quest involving the members of the research team. I suppose most of our quests are probably going to involve members of the research team, considering that there probably aren't going to be a lot of people out here to give us quests other than members of the research team, but still. Is this... This looks like... Not treasure, but it is... Oh. Uh-oh. Alright, well... Okay. So, I'd heard some people talking about some camera issues when crouching in places, and it seems that we've encountered some of those. Interesting that we saw it there when we didn't have issues in other places. I wonder, can I shoot these? No. Okay, it's only the ones that you can attack that... Yeah, only the ones that you can attack have shooting as a viable method of dealing with them. Let's see. I remember it being somewhere around this specific ruin. I don't know what the deal with this entity is, but it feels somewhat worrisome to me. But I think I'm going to avoid it for right now. Ah, we have a well here. Alright, let's gather some particles. Very nice. Alright. Ah, here we are. Exploration. Investigation squads. After clearing a mana-bound area, you may encounter investigation squads in various locations while you're out exploring. They may heal your party or give you items if you save them from enemy attacks or talk to them while they're exploring. Alright, well... Honestly, this isn't probably very necessary. Alright, so, using Penetrate I don't think is necessarily going to be that useful. Not necessarily going to be that useful. Because I don't think that these enemies are necessarily all that strong. Or rather, I don't think that we have any way to... They're not that strong, but also, I don't think I have any way to, at least not on Isla, do a whole lot to... I don't know that I have a whole lot that I can do to actually stun them, per se. Yeah, again, I remember that hitting enemies with things that they are weak to, or not necessarily weak. There's certain things that they can be stunned more effectively by, but I don't remember if that is what is more effective at stunning them, or if that is what is necessary to stun them. Anyway, hello. Well, that was rough. Please, take this as thanks. Repair kit, lumber. Ah, we needed one of those the other day. Thick. Box of tools for repairing wooden items. The single toolbox is everything you need for fixing furniture or wooden tools. Repair kit, liquid. A toolbox with everything needed to fix liquids and their related items. While obviously suited to liquid repair, it can also mend whatever it was contained in without any issues. The idea of repairing a liquid sounds very interesting to me. I suppose that's the nature of alchemy. They are going to do some strange things from time to time. And repair kit other. A toolbox used to repair things that don't fall under the lumber, machinery, or liquid categories. The assortment of odds and ends contained within should make it possible to fix most random items. I like the idea that everything in the world is either lumber, machinery, liquid, or none of the above. Technically true. It's always funny to hear comparisons like that. Yes, comparisons like that are effectively meaningless. Or not, it's not a comparison, but yes, to hear lists of things that are effectively meaningless. Everything is either a frog or not a frog. This is true, but this is not useful information to have. Or rather, Okay, you've arrived at the fishing spot. You can use a lure to go fishing. That would probably be useful information if we had a lure. So yes. So, I'm not seeing a... Okay. I was going to say I'm not seeing a fast travel point in the immediate area of the crystal shard gathering point, but there is one very nearby. So yeah, so, having established that, it does seem that they're going to be pretty conveniently located. Yeah, they tend to be located around other points of interest as well. Good game design, that, but I suppose it should go without saying that fast travel points are most likely going to be placed primarily in places where they are useful. Whoops. Alright. Can we... Oh, hold on. Whoops. Pardon me. Arrow. Alright. Treasure chest. Oh. Right. Oh. Well, I was going to wonder at, because I had forgotten how the minigame worked, but we figured it out. Shells and sols. Rock salt produced from water with a high sodium content. Can be used as a stone building material, but it's still salt. It tastes salty and dissolves when exposed to water. That doesn't feel like it would make for a great building material, but I suppose not all building needs to be done in an area that will be exposed to much water. Ah. Alright, scanning. Plant-covered memory vial. Interesting. So I think this is one of the ones that I need to activate switches for. Maybe. Aren't any switches immediately visible? That vaguely reminds me of some of the switches that we've seen before, but I don't think it is one. No. I figured it was at least worth a shot. Literally and figuratively, of course. So nothing in here. And it seems that we're going to be dealt... Oh, okay, well. That was fast. Anyway. So yeah, I was worried about encountering that creature because I was certain that it would be fairly dangerous, but it would seem that perhaps the answer to that question is no. What? It died so quickly that the game hardly could keep up with it, honestly. Oh, hold on. I saw something in there. And it wasn't just... Oh, hold on. Let's see. It was up there. Oh, right. It didn't occur to me that I could... Oh. Press and hold Y to lift certain objects. Press Y again to put the object down. I like this precarious walk. I suppose you would be walking fairly precariously if you were wearing heels like that with a heavy object in your hands. Yes, I do a lot of wandering off. Alright, so I think this is probably what I saw. Yep. Yeah, probably what I saw glowing from out there. Of course we will. Adventure never tires, even as we do. Treasure trove key. A key to gain access to treasure troves found across the land. It doesn't need to be placed in the keyhole. The mana inside the key unlocks the door. It only has enough mana to be used once. Interesting, interesting. Yes. Looking over at that distant tree over there, I can see the haze around it now. I saw it pop in there, and that made it stand out to me. But yeah, it looks like that's probably going to be another mana-bound area that we explore at some point. Alright. Some more particles. Right, and that does give us our energy back. So, we did find a treasure chest up in the Manabound area around the lighthouse earlier. And we weren't able to... Oh, interesting. This is certainly something. Alright, so let's scan this if we can. Dirty wall can be destroyed with special ammo. The stone wall is now glass-like due to mana exposure. I suppose that's our first direct indication that mana can affect non-living things. I was thinking earlier about how it's dangerous for at least humans. Wolf leader. Interesting. Yeah, it's dangerous for humans at least. We've seen that much. Because it causes them to pass out. But we haven't seen... Yeah, there are other creatures living in... Oh. Exploration. Shrine of Prayer. By checking Shrines of Prayer, what you find while exploring, you can obtain energy prisms. These can be used to enhance your energy core and unlock skills on the skill tree. You can use energy prisms to enhance energy actions. If a Shrine of Prayer isn't activated, then it needs to be returned to normal. Take a look around the area and either manipulate, repair, or remove the source of the problem. Pardon me, Wolf. So, if there's a device that needs to be rebooted, I feel like that... Oh! Well, it seems that we are going to be a little bit sidetracked. Alright. So yeah, I do need to remember that it seems that our actions that share a button are at least somewhat shared uses and cooldowns and whatnot. Alright, well, didn't have time to actually use the loop, but at least I thought to do so. Not bad, not bad. No real reason to go through all of this, I suppose. Some of our characters are getting a little bit low on HP, but we're not doing terribly. Is that looks like something that needs to be shot, perhaps. So this needs to be activated in some way. Right, okay. There we are. Alright, so that's working as intended then. And there don't seem to be any other lines leading to this, so I think that it's good to go. We shall activate it. Alright, the power... Do we need to... It seems that we have decidedly not received any benefit from this. Do I need to activate this? Or do I need to... Oh, okay. Ah, okay. So there's more that we need to do. Yeah, I only saw the one line, and I assumed that that was all that was necessary. Oh, do we have... Right, there we are. Okay, so that's also in place. Now I'm definitely not seeing anything else. We're running a little bit low on bullets, so I should probably make some more of those. Fortunately, iron is something that is found in pretty large supply, and not too hard to get. Alright, so, that should be everything. It is interesting to view all these ruins. I can imagine some channel sometime doing some sort of like deep dive. That looks like something up there. Of course, everything is something, but that looks like something we can interact with. There we are. Yeah, I do have to echo the sentiment that they shared earlier about... This didn't seem like it was there before. It didn't look like it was there before. I wonder if the wells just spawn. They might have specific locations where they do, but anyway, as I was saying, I can't help but repeat the sentiment that I really just like wandering around this place. Yes, it's all very pretty. There's a lot of interesting things here and there. As I was saying, I can imagine a channel doing some sort of deep dive, investigating, sort of trying to figure out what use some of these buildings could have had in the past. These little bits of ruin here and there. But yeah, the shrines of prayer, obviously their name implies that they are a shrine of some variety. But a lot of these other structures obviously had some sort of function. They had some sort of purpose, but it's not immediately obvious. Yeah, a lot of them look like they could have been homes of some sort, or perhaps places of work. But, you know, not entirely clear. Alright, energy prism. An artificial crystal that activates the latent potential in mana. It could be of great help. Pardon. It could be of great help on your journey if used properly. Alright. So, we did get pretty sidetracked there. We should still have time to go back to where we were. Even more time if we actually fast travel. I do want to see if there's a fast travel point around the tough log gathering spot. Yeah. I was wondering at these moonlit berries and how we hadn't encountered them before, but I suppose that's probably because we haven't been in this general area at night previously, or if we were, I wasn't paying that much attention. I noticed that Yumia can vault over low obstacles, but she can't vault over the logs, I suppose. They aren't obstacles, I suppose, in the actual usual usage of or they aren't, you know, level geometry. They're interactable items. Oh, okay. Alright, treasure trove. Oh. Alright, my controller acted a little bit oddly there, but regardless. Alright. What is in here indeed? I say that as though I were understood what she had said. I know a little bit of Japanese. A little bit here and there. I can pick up occasional words, or I can pick up words, and every now and then I get the vague impression of what a phrase means. But I haven't been keeping up with my practice very much recently. Cloth made by weaving various kinds of threads, from fabric thread to metal fibers. Despite looking like regular cloth, the weight and toughness of the metal fibers make it perfect for making armor. Yes, we've also gotten a lot of recipes today. We're probably going to need to look into some of those in the near future. That's interesting. That's exactly what I was thinking earlier, yes. Yeah, treasure troves, of course, would have to be, you know, constructed to contain and preserve things. Though I suppose there is always the question. There's always the question of whether they were intended... Can I not... Maybe I need to be on solid ground before my double jump will refresh. And this isn't considered as such. Or it's not considered stable ground, per se. Alright, here we are. Alright. Alright. Yes, we're getting close to where we need to be. assuming I don't get too sidetracked again. I was going to take note of the fact that the mana flowers continue to be in the area even when the mana-bound nature of it is not an issue anymore. Or rather, when it is no longer mana-bound, I should say. But I suppose there's no reason that they would say, get up and walk away. Yeah, that doesn't seem too likely. And, you know, being able to... Oh! Interesting, so there is still some mana in the area. Is that because we're getting further away from the lighthouse? Very strange. Yeah, it's in just this little area here. That's odd. I was wondering if maybe we were getting too close to the tree or something, but it's still a very long ways away. Alright, this is a certified photo mode moment. Let's get a better angle on our facing. Oops, uh-oh. 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 My controller's acting up again. Oh dear. Alright. So. It seems that the method that I had used to curtail the issues that I was having with this controller is failing me. Because now the cord is being strange. Or it's rather the controller is being strange even though the cord is plugged in. Yeah, I do want to take a photo here. Can we... Let's see. Let's add... Can we... Seems like we can't add anyone else. Or maybe I'm just having issues with the controller again. Alright, this is getting very bad. This is very strange. Alright, well, we are getting close to the end of our time here. So maybe we should just call it for today. Oh. Okay. Fascinating. Alright, Isla's leaving without us. Yeah, okay. Alright, we've discovered the possibilities of photo mode. I do like that there's a specific category for cat pose. Alright, now I need to know if everyone has these poses. Hold on. Oh, interesting. Does the storm elemental have a cat pose? No. Tragic. Alright, Victor. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, yes. Yes, indeed. Very good. Alright, we're going to have a lot of fun with this, I think, but we don't have time to have too much fun with it now. Let's remove Victor. Okay. So. Please don't make Yumia go away. I would like her to be here. Alright. Very good, very good. Not at all even remotely necessary, but regardless. I do love it when the subject of my photo remains in the photo. Let's put her a little bit off to the side for some rule of thirds action. Yeah, this gives us a better framing of the tree itself. That was a good call. I love photo mode. I love photo mode. I'm always so happy when a game has a photo mode. No, we've never actually been in this place that we built. I wonder if... Ah, beds. Okay, so we can sleep until a specific time. It seems that the house we... Oh, hold on. I was going to say, it seems that the house we built came with a person, but yeah, this is our party. So yeah, they're just here. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so this starts... Okay. Yeah, so it comes with things already in it. I wonder if I can scan any of this furniture. No, it seems like. Yeah, you can't scan things that you've built, it looks like. Which makes some sense, because you should expect to be able to... I suppose it's reasonable to expect that the player probably knows what they built. But, you know, I didn't put all of this here. Can we sit down? No. Your ability to clear the mana-bound areas is indispensable to the research team. Let's keep on clearing mana-bound areas in order to expand the range of our investigation. I can't say it too loudly in front of my brother, but alchemy is amazing! Alright, it looks like we do have an ad coming up. Alright. I think we've done a little bit too much meandering, and we are getting pretty close to when I'd like to end here. So yes, having... Oh, okay. So, having slept, we've gotten some benefit here. So, boost the stats of party members after resting. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so sleeping has benefits, it would seem. Yeah, sleeping has some benefits. And it seems that our party is fully healed, as I was suspecting. Yeah, I think we'll probably leave it here then. Anyway. I might take some more photos later. But, yes. So, we're going to snooze the ad. And then we're going to wrap up. Alright. So, let's see. Anything else to be said? Not really. Yes. It's good to be playing Yumia again. I am enjoying this game quite a bit. I wasn't 100% sure, just because, you know, I can never be 100% sure of anything, but yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it's the first time in a while that I've paid full price for a game that costs as much as it does. Yeah, usually I buy games on sale, if at all possible, or in bundles and whatnot. Yeah, so it's very rare that I buy a game at full price. And yeah, I guess I was kind of wondering if it would feel like it was worth, you know, the, what was it, 60-something dollars I paid for it? $60 or so? What is the standard price for this game? I don't even remember at this point. Yeah, it's just shy of 70.90 or 69.99. Yeah, with tax, that's a little bit over 70. But yeah, so again, it's the first time in a while that I've spent that much money on a game. Yeah, it's the first time in a while that I've paid full price for a game that costs more than about, I don't know, $20 or so. So I wasn't sure if I'd feel like it was worth it, but I've been enjoying this a lot, and I have no reason to believe that I'm going to not enjoy it going forward. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun, and I am enjoying it. I suppose I've said I've been enjoying this game a lot in a lot of different ways there, but anyway, having established that, let's get into the business. So, if anyone has any raid suggestions, I would be delighted to hear them. If not, I can find a target on my own. And as we wait for any possible suggestions to come in, let's go ahead and go over the business. So yes, so once again, tomorrow we'll be seeing some more Mika and the Witch's Mountain. So yes, having played the game, or having played Yumia quite a bit here, or not quite a bit, we haven't played it all that much, but having played it again and reminded myself of how much I've been enjoying it, I think I can see myself playing this pretty regularly. So maybe we'll make that. Yeah, as I was saying before, I was thinking of maybe replacing the occasional Atelier Yumia stream with a Mika and the Witch's Mountain stream. We might not do that. We might instead just do, replace the occasional Guilty Gear stream with a Mika and the Witch's Mountain stream. So yes. So, one way or the other. Yeah, one way or the other. Mika and the Witch's Mountain is what we're planning on playing tomorrow, so that is what we will do. Assuming nothing changes, but... So yes, then otherwise... Yes, okay. Saturday, we'll be seeing some more Arc Knights. We should be getting back into the main story. And that should be that. So, the Friday stream should be around 9:30 p.m. Central Time. So again, I'm going to try to get it done, or get it started earlier, possibly closer to 9 if possible. So yeah. Again, I probably could have started pretty close to 9 today, but it was simply not in the cards because I got distracted. So yes, I suppose on the topic of some things I was talking about yesterday, hold on, nope, can't let myself get distracted. So, the Saturday stream should be around 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Okay, now I can allow myself to be distracted. So yes, so yesterday, I mentioned that I had some stuff that I needed to get done, and I've gotten it done. So I was definitely had a lot on my mind and was a little bit stressed yesterday, and I feel like that impacted the stream a little bit. But I've gotten it done today, and so I'm feeling a lot better, and I feel like I'm streaming a lot better. Yeah, I've been trying to put more effort into being a little bit more mindful of how I present myself, and trying to just be more relaxed and simply enjoy the process. Yeah. I don't know if it necessarily... Because one thing, there is this concept in psychology called the illusion of transparency, where you assume that people sort of understand sort of your mindset, your mental state, better than they actually do. Particularly when you're nervous. So yeah, I feel like I have a tendency to talk pretty fast when I'm feeling nervous, and I've been making an effort to relax so it's easier for me to not talk so fast. So yeah, previously I've been quite nervous about sort of leaving dead air. I've been wanting to avoid that. But the thing about it is, you just can't be talking all the time. I could be, reducing noise at basically every single instant if I truly wanted to. But that can be a little bit overwhelming, and I think it's probably not that enjoyable. Yeah, pausing every now and then to think, and just talking a little bit slower in general, I think is probably going to lead to a better experience. Yeah, anyway. So again, I've been trying to focus a little bit more on how I present myself during streams and all that. Trying to present information more clearly and concisely. Trying to not get as distracted, and when I do get distracted, picking back up on what I was talking about before a little bit better. So I hope that effort has been showing through as well. And I will endeavor to do some more. I will endeavor to improve upon that as well as we go forward. Anyway. So, having talked about that, let's get into the stream. So I think tonight we're going to go and visit Physicist, who's playing some Core Keeper. Yeah, I have a very vague knowledge of Core Keeper. I understand that it is a... Now that I think about it, I guess I don't understand it well enough to describe it effectively, I don't think. I believe it's sort of a crafting, I don't know if I want to say survival game. It's been likened to me, to Terraria to me. So yeah, that's more or less the only sort of, the only touchstone that I have with the game. You go around and you mine things and you craft things. Yeah, it's played from a top-down perspective instead, however. But yeah, anyway. So, it is a game vaguely in that very wide vein. So, oops, hold on. So yes, let us get the raid set up. I was about to type the raid message. I suppose it doesn't matter the order that we do them in, but, you know, we have certain standards to live up to here. Alright, physicist. Physicist. Oop, there we are. Always a little bit challenging to spell that name. Alright, the customary raid message is, as always, we have arrived. And yes, so I went over the schedule, I went over the schedule, over the times, over what we're playing, talked a little bit about me, I suppose. So yeah, or rather I followed up on what I was talking about yesterday, and also went on a tangent. So, with all that being said, let us live. Okay. Thank you all for being here tonight. I hope that you have had a fine night. I hope that you will continue to have a fine night every night. And I hope that you will be well until the next time I see you. Thank you all very much, and farewell. Let us get this raid underway.